All right, we're talking about some word problems to start out this year. So here's an example. When you started your homework assignment, your friend already had 6 exercises done. You can do about 3 exercises per minute. Your friend can only do 2 exercises per minute. How many minutes will it take you to catch up to your friend? And so you might start thinking through, like, oh man, what are the important things? What's the relationship between all of this? And we will talk a little bit about that. But first, I want to get to some of the language that you see in word problems. So there's lots of addition words, like what's the sum, you add together, the total, something is increased by, in all, how much, how many in all, combined, right? Those are all words. The nice thing about addition words is whether you do A plus B or B plus A, it's the same thing. So it doesn't matter what order you add them. But over here, when we're dealing with subtraction, you need to be careful. Change. So the change, it decreased by. So x7 decreased by x. That's 7 minus x. The difference between x and 7. If you have 7 fewer than, this one you need to be careful. 7 fewer than x would be x minus 7, because this does 7 fewer than x. How many are left? Or you have this many left. Okay, how many you did not have? How many more? How much longer? If you have 7 less than x, 7 less than Jimmy, right? Then Jimmy minus 7. Okay, lost minus need to, reduce, remain, subtract. So some weird things, takeaway, that you need to think of as subtraction words. And then you also have plenty of multiplication words. By, like length, like 7 by 8 rectangle. Double is multiplying by 2. You can see triple twice. Increase by might sound like addition sometimes, might sound like addition sometimes. But when it says every shirt costs $7, that's a $7 per shirt sort of cost that you should multiply that cost times the number of shirts. Okay, product multiplied by. So if I have half as much, a third as much, that's dividing by 3, right? Cut up into pieces. Each group has equal sharing. Half, how many each part? The per, I think, is the best one, and you'll hear like miles per hour, or in the last problem it talked about how many problems per minute. And that per, you can start thinking about units. And if you think about stuff you've learned in science and how those units can show you what you're going to be multiplying. So if you have questions per minute, if you multiply times the number of minutes, it will leave you with the number of questions that will be done. Okay, so questions per minute, this divided by minutes should be multiplied by minutes so they can cancel, and then you're left with whatever's in the numerator by. Okay, so you're separating into piles, ratio, all those things are nice division words. So let's go back to this problem. You started your homework assignment. Your friend already had 6 exercises done. You can do 3 per minute. Your friend can only do 2 per minute. How many minutes will it take you to catch up? So my friend does 2 exercises per minute, and we're going to do, we'll call it M number of minutes. So that's how many minutes is M. Plus, he already got 6 done, equals my 3M, where I'm doing 3 per minute times the number of minutes. And now it's a wicked easy problem to solve. And you're like, oh, M equals 6 minutes. Okay. Another common type of problem that you'll see is 3 consecutive integers add up to negative 24. So if I'm at any integer n, what's the next integer? N plus 1, n plus 2. If I'm at an odd number, like 7 or 9 or 11, the consecutive odd integers, if you look, it's always plus 2 to get to the next one. And so here you would set up n, and it's the sum of, so this could be n plus 1 plus n plus 2 equals negative 24. And this would be n plus 2. I know that's an even number, but you add 2 every single time to get to the next one. And if I make 7 be n, I have to add 4 to get this one. So plus n plus 4 equals 32. Okay, and so I will let you guys solve these. I'm not going to bother. But, oh, there's a fourth odd integer. So we need plus n plus 6 equals 32. So pretty easy to solve, but setting up and solving word problems. There's a lot of language that you need to be transferring into mathematical symbols. We also have stuff like is means equals, and are and were is talking about when things were the same. Okay, so you got this. Have fun. We'll see you later.